this link copy and pasted for a Discord announcement. Ooh, I'm getting faster at making these announcements. And hello, Atomic. Thank you very much for the sub. That'll help us count towards Partner Plus. And let me just find where these games are. Alright, they have a lobby up. Let's see if we have drafts. I think we do. We'll have Blue on the left, Ming on the right. What is this round? Oh, they're launching. Is LB round 2. That was terrible. What was terrible? Oh, you mistyped the emote. And hello, Zaraki. It's to 5. Alright, game number 1. And let's go. Are we casting any TCC2? What is TCC2? Is that the T90 Community Cup? Arbase was trying to get me to play in that. I don't have time for playing it. I might cast some of it. I need to cast the Cartographers Community League first. It depends on who's playing and what else I'm making content for. As I also want to do. I got some YouTube videos I want to edit. Depends on how I'm going to organize my time. So hello to everyone on Twitch and on YouTube. Alright. So I opened the main page of Twitch on my way to getting to the stream manager. There we go. Did all my bookmarks set up properly in Firefox like I do on Chrome. And here we go. So we'll keep blue in the cyan and put Ming in the red. This is round 2. And I think we all can figure out what the names are from the player names. Don't need to change anything. Okay, so here we are on Immersion, game number 1. And I have my coffee with me, so the coffee will help keep me energized for this stream. We'll have blue playing in the cyan as the Persians. And we'll also have Ming playing in the red as the Malay. Ooh, haven't seen much Malay on this map. Usually it's been Persians, Japanese, or Italians. I was watching a survivalist match earlier today. When he was Catan's and man, those mounted trebs 8 mass spears alive. The burning damage on the ground. Okay. I'll have to. I saw him using the camel trebs before. Are those the mounted trebs? The camel ones? I think I'll have to experiment with them a bit. Oh, look at this rhino. Oh, got right into the wood line. She's having a good time, wiggling about there. He's like, ha, if I hide in this little alcove, you can't find me. And, okay, that's not the case. Ming has found him. Take time before we see the new potential of the new civs. Let's see, I think we've already seen the potential of the Catans. I gotta pause the YouTube button there. There we go. So, ooh, interesting, interesting. We don't have the side dock or the back dock from either of these players. We have a middle top pond dock here from Blue, and then the middle dock from Ming. Unique units eating Manaspas. They're the infantry unit, right? The Ketons. So I think Manaspas actually do have a lot of answers to them. It's more about the Georgian eco setup to get to them. Some of the fortified churches let you get that transition. So it's kind of like the Lithuanians going Lechai, but you have a potentially even better economy for it. So 3 deer all decaying at once, 4th deer being pushed. I guess ideally you time this differently to have fewer animals decaying, but you'll take what you can get with the deer pushes. Let's open Twitch one more time so I can get the Age of Empires channel open. Oh, is there no one else streaming today? No one else is streaming. At least not on Twitch. Yeah, the bleed guys. That was something we wanted to test. What happens if something with bleed damage then garrisons in the TC? I need to add that to my list of stuff. Oh, we're streaming earlier? Well, it's 8 a.m. for me. There's not much earlier. Usually I'll see like Lewis or Andy on around this time. Or Andre, he's usually on around this time. The top EN streamer right now. With 40 viewers. Andre is fishing. He's fishing, IRL fishing. So we'll have Feudal Age on the way. Blue pumping out a few more fishing ships. Or just taking this pond. Actually, it's Ming who's pumping out the fishing ships. He's gotten 5 on this pond, okay. Later uptime is the Malay. Might just fast castle on this map. Honestly, Blue not too far away from fast castling himself. We'll add an archery range though. Looks like it might be more standard feudal play. We'll wall in that villager. As the scout comes over. Doesn't try to... Ooh, okay. A bit late in getting a hit on the scout. Range will be protected nicely under the TC. Oh, the Ville is stuck. The Ville is stuck. Yeah, will this be fixed in the next patch? Will Ville stop getting stuck like this? He's very stuck down there, holding that large mound of gold. Must get tiring after a while holding that for so long. That guy's idle too. Anyway, scout moving forward, and we will have a forward dock from Blue going to try to dock this middle pond where Ming is fishing. Ming spreads out the fishing ships, and we'll see that dock. No in-game sounds? No in-game sounds. Oh, thank you. Need to swap my audio settings. You should get in-game sounds now. There we go. Thank you. I saw Phosphor posted a pathing video. I have not experimented with the pathing myself. The Archer Skirm coming forward for Blue. Ming playing very defensive this game. Very defensively and adding in another dock to the south. Show you what happened in the next patch. Will pathing actually work? I saw a thumbnail of Knights versus CA. And someone mentioned it's becoming more Voobly-like for the pathing. Maybe the Skirm nerf becomes unnecessary then if they actually fix the pathing. No reason for the villain to get stuck. He can clearly drop off gold. Yep. Also, let me know the sound should be good now, right? Sound should be good. That was because I was playing with a different earbud versus headphone setup the other day when I did the community games. And I forgot to change my audio device back in OBS. There's no just use my default audio device setting in OBS. I always have to set it manually. So a couple of turkeys just chilling out there. Ooh, the lame from the skirm. Late feudal, you never really see that, but nice pickup from Blue to lame those two. Hello, Tripta, how you doing? Nothing to listen to while you got dressed this morning? Well, I appreciate you listening to me while changing your clothes. Hello, Baron. The fire galleys will be destroying the dock. That'll go down. And then Scout will be fighting some archers. Scout probably will have to run there if it doesn't get killed. And ooh, it's going for the archer. Gonna help the spear. And gets the archer. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, 1 HP. Oh, I thought that archer was going down. I saw the middle of the stab animation, but nope. Not in time. Please don't take it to the shower next. It's a good thing the map is not Golden Stream. So, Castle Age on the way for Ming. Has the melee, he'll be up fast. And that 1 HP scout still survives. Are you winning? Yes, Baron, I think I'm having a winning day so far because I have my coffee with me. I got coffee this morning. Went for an early jog and got coffee. It's still light enough in the morning that I can go for a jog before the 8 AM stream. So Scout goes down. More fire is setting the dock alight. And Castle Age on the way for Blue. Well, coffee of it? This is just a black coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. This is probably not the best recommendation for people looking to enjoy their coffee. Or for people looking for something really quick to keep them awake. And maybe it'll suit you. Ooh, the dock. Close to going down. That's where War Galley was, but he realized it. He moved War Galley to another dock. So that's not going to go down. And then the dock over here. Blue has a fire on that pond already. Is up to the Castle Age, but that dock will go up. Blue might lose these fishing ships, but has already fished a lot of this pond. Duncan's always there when you need it most. It's always there when you have 5 minutes in the morning and you just want to get a coffee. Okay, that villain no longer idle. But has to be careful if crossbows come in now, because he can't run. That's the danger of putting the villain in the middle. You won't be able to run him if archers come in. And okay, Blue. Great play from Blue when Ming wasn't paying attention. He takes the archers and he dives the crossbows, and he stays on top of the hill. All right, if Ming's paying attention there, he gets out. Right, he doesn't have to take that fight because he has the upgrades, but oh, perfect from Blue. Stops all of the forward pressure. Already has a demo patrolling. Hello, Guardians of Yuna. Good morning to you. Good morning. Let's go for Blue Bottle. I've never heard that. At least it's not Starbucks. And there go the fishing ships. So the fire ship comes in, and the fishing ships go down right away. So Badakin on the way to from Ming. University in the back, so he's going to prioritize ballistics. TC going up for Blue. And he was hoping that Or TC going up for Ming. So blue was hoping that Ming would be doing TC back on that gold. In this area. That's why he was thinking ballistics, he'd prioritize delaying or denying the TCs. TCs, though, will be on the inside on the other wood lines. I don't know why. That was denied. Gotta do some auto mod adjusting. Hello, almost T. And there will be a hole in that wood line, but a workshop out with a scorpion and the crossbows don't want to head in. Oh, I guess they do want to head in. Yeah, they might get to that gold. No ballistics yet, even with the university. Scorpion, ooh, doesn't quite go down. And Ville's dodge. They hop inside the TC to dodge. Nicely done there, but now their crossbows are on the gold. That was a good set of houses. Crossbows would have been able to run forward and pick off Ville's otherwise. Now they just have to go back. 2 scorpions. Can't really fight with this number of crossbows. You could fight 1 maybe, but you don't want to fight 2, especially with repairs. Someone say scorpion. Hello, Das Letzte. Someone who knows very well about scorpions. I guess subscriptions are the new thing. Subscriptions are great. They help us. We get enough of them, we get a better revenue split. So crossbows will come forward. Still fishing ships around the dock. Dock's gonna take some shots. A couple of scorpions coming in from the rear. Hello, Aryo Chanaski? I cannot read what you wrote, but hello. YouTube should have like an auto sub thing there, or an auto translate thing. Oh, hello, Full Metal Zim. Thank you for gifting a sub for Voozed. Oh, to Voozed. Oh, that demo's still there. Not gonna need it to demo the scorpions though. Mangonel will shoot them both down. The other pond's still controlled by Ming. Looks like blue came back in the northern pond. Crossbows here will shoot down that palisade and probably get in. These vills on the farm on the mill will probably have to garrison. Oop, crossbows take out the vill. And blue will be chasing. Doesn't want to have to idle his eco too much here. He's gonna wait for ballistics before the fight, even though it's only 7 crossbows. Although that might be a mistake. Crossbows are gonna get in. They don't have ballistics themselves. Those vills in the wood line, a couple of them will go down, at least 1 kill. The rest of them have to be idled and garrisoned. Crossbows go down. And a Persian Cav Archer. Persian Cav Archers, and this is intentional. More Cav Archers being queued from blue. Ballistics is in, so that'll help these crossbows pick off the vills on that gold. Defensive crossbows from Ming. You're just trash talking to improve engagement. Well, it worked. You have the #1 crown on YouTube now. Crossbows go down. I still have to. That's such a weird thing. Capture Age just auto-selected 4 buildings when those archers died. Selection boxes changing when units die is such a weird thing. So ballistics now in for Ming. Ming up by 12 vills since he did get that second TC added in earlier. And now has to find some way to fight off Cav Archers and Mangonels at the front of his base. Yeah, I see it's doing it, Tripta. I have no idea why, so you can Google and let us know why Automod is doing that. Sometimes Automod censors random things, and then we learn. And we learn about new concepts. like the random numbers that happen to be banned from player elos. The Automod AI, I'm certain there's some AI features with it now. That'd be kind of weird not to see it this year. But I think it's mostly still just a list of words that's banned. Alright, so castle going up for blue. Forward castle, still a Vil lead for Ming, but 26 to 19 military, and with now 5 mangonels and a castle on his face, I don't really see a way for him to come back from this. I think that one play earlier where his crossbows got picked off from blue just gave blue the military lead, and all the timing advantage that Ming wanted as the melee he wasn't able to use. Have archers picking off a crossbow. Wait, do you guys... Here's a question. Do you guys see the mouse cursor properly? You don't. Is someone going to tell me that I was casting without a mouse cursor? There we go. Now you should be able to see it. There. No one noticed. There it is. Okay, yeah, while I was fixing that, the mangonels killed a lot of Vils along with the cav archers. So I think this is GG here. I think this is probably the GG moment. It's now 91 to 71 Vils. And we can point out the corpses on the ground now. Lu HQ. The cav archers go down. And the mangonels come forward. The no game sound someone pointed out, the no cursor. I don't know how I didn't. I must have accidentally closed the window. Oh, okay, demo. Boom. Okay, it doesn't really destroy it. So fishing ship's going down. Now it's even bigger of a Vil lead, 30 Vils for blue. And the mangonel's finding more villagers. It's mangonel versus villager right now. The skirmisher's coming out, and I mean, this is the best unit in the game, but maybe too little too late. There's the GG, as blue goes up 1-0. So we are early feudal fight, or can't transition, right? I think this is it right here on the graph. Or no, that would have been, this is it right here. And that's where the crossbows would have been killed. That crossbow army dies, and all of a sudden there's just a huge military difference between them. Ming can never pressure after that. That's a win for blue on immersion. That was Persian's melee. And the next map will be Land Madness. Resignable, hello. Hello, Matus, how are you doing? In the YouTube chat. I'm going to attempt not restarting Capture Age in between games, and we'll see if it doesn't crash. It seems to have been crashing due to zooming out too far in-game, from what I can tell. See, crashing for you now. See, Hagbrudder, what I've realized is that, you're not 4K, was if you zoom out really far, it loads more stuff into VRAM. And I think that's what had been crashing it for me, zooming out too far. I talked to a couple other people and they seem to be finding the same thing. So I've just been trying not to zoom out too far. Living dangerously, yes. It's like 10% of T90 content fully zoomed out. I figure this isn't like a huge tournament finals, so I can experiment with my settings during this a bit. V80 doesn't have enough VRAM, and not for Capture Age, apparently. 16 gigabytes of VRAM is not enough. Download more RAM? If only I could download Siege RAM. Download some Elephant RAMs. So, next game will be Land Madness. We'll have Ming as the Red Magyars, and Blue as the Cyan Portuguese. 9 start on this map, so you don't have the extra tile of berries under the TC. 1 boar for each player, so you are also relying on your deer that get pushed in. This is not the version that has rock terrain on the outside of the map either. Now, I've seen T90's Capture Age crashes too. I know he's had crash issues. Maybe not as frequently as I am, because I don't think he's using 4K. But I know he's had issues, Danielle's had issues. You're running an ancient GTX 1080 and it's been okay. It's not like it crashes every single time I zoom out either. It's just occasionally. And it's definitely a Capture Age issue. In-game, it's perfectly fine. So we'll have more deer pushed. Always important to get your deer in on Land Madness, again, because you only have that 1 boar. And looking at the maps, we'll have a back gold for Ming, berries at the front, stone far to the side, extra golds all down to the bottom of the map. And this, I say this and I'm going to jinx myself, but is such a far wall away from Ming's TC. I don't think he'll be able to wall himself into the corner. These woodlines in very awkward areas for him. Maybe the same thing for Blue. He's more in the middle of the map. Could kind of wall from the edge over here to the TC, and then wall over here and keep the gold safe. Black Forest map script in 1v1 removed to relic. Only 4 now, 2 on each side, no longer 5th near the choke point. Oh, man. No 5 relics? Is that in the pup? I'll need to make some, after the pup gets actually finalized and published, I'll need to make some changes for the Rage Forest script. I want to have it support more game modes and player configurations. Yeah, that's why I put the stone around the edges. That's a fairly cute trick where I use fish traps with 1 HP or with 0 HP that die immediately as a building to change the terrain underneath them on the outside. And I get that to line up nicely with the forests. Oh, current BF? As in not pup BF, current BF. Okay. Might be a texture size issue, not a running out of memory issue. I've read into that a few times when doing graphic stuff. I think it is a VRAM issue, and that is specifically because I talked to their support, and they looked at the log I sent them, and it looked like a VRAM crash. And it also crashes other applications. So OBS crashes along with it. And Discord and Chrome also crash with it. So those your Electron app and your Chrome browser, your Chromium applications that are very VRAM hungry, those also crash at the same time that CA crashes. But that's just my speculation, though. is a hardware issue with GPU memory. I haven't, but enough people have been having issues, and now I've had the same issue with 2 GPUs that I don't know if it's. I don't think it'd be something specific to my hardware. Yeah. Also in the settings, there is a slider where I can turn down the VRAM usage. The problem is, if I turn it down, there are some areas where trees disappear, so I can't do that. And even if I put it all the way down, this doesn't control all of Capture Age VRAM usage, only some of it. And I look at my memory settings, and I'm still using 14 plus gigabytes of VRAM with Capture Age open. So that setting seems to be, it'll stop some Capture Age VRAM usage, but then Capture Age will use other VRAM instead. And it doesn't seem to affect the overall usage. So I'm just trying to figure out what it is, if it is indeed zooming out, and that affects it, and just not zoom out. So, now the player's up to feudal. Forward berries walled in there. For blue, he'll be going for the archer opening, and scouts opening for Ming, expected as the mag heroes with their free forging. And spear plus archer forward for blue. Only 1 spear and 1 archer. This is something that might be jumpable for Ming with 4 scouts. Well, he wants all 4 scouts together, of course, when he does it. I could even wait for a 5th scout and then jump it, maybe. 5 scouts, especially if the spear comes over. Should not be threatened by this at all. And he just wants to kill the spear as fast as he can. Get his few pokes, and it's only 2 hits. Archer goes down. And now, after the initial archer and spear accomplished nothing, the next 2 have to go back. And now it's just going to be very defensive play from blue. He's going to try to have a better eco with those Portuguese berries. And try to go archer plus scout. Now with 2 spears, it's much harder to jump. The scouts are just going to take a hoover round and try to get the vills to quick wall, see if they can cause any mayhem in the base. 3060 with 12 gigabytes of VRAM Capture Age works just fine in UHD. Are you streaming at the same time? I'm guessing OBS usage might also contribute to the VRAM. Sure, okay. These are problems I've had with both my 3070 Ti and now a 5080. And hello, power to the pandas. Oh, this map doesn't have a panda rock on it. Oh, I wonder if any of the updated maps in the pup are going to have panda rocks.
Quais são as vossas ordens?
So, Skirm Scout against Archer Scout. I just feel like Ming has had a much cleaner build this game. Not losing the army early on. Going scouts and getting the farms added earlier. No horse collar, though. Did skip horse collar. Archer picked off.
Quais são as vossas ordens?
Scouts go for the house. Panda Rock should provide stone and food. Maybe stone. Food sounds scary. Those poor pandas. Hero wants to poke, but then driven away by the archers. Nice hill upon which the skirmishers can camp and keep the scouts and archers away. Skirms pick off the spear. There's horse collar on the way. And Skirms pick off the spear. Spears go down. And Scouts trying to pick off all the Skirms, but this will be a bigger army here for Ming. Archer's going down. And when all's said and done, Ming will have won that fight. Berries are just about finished, so Blue can abandon them. But Ming forced that fight by pressuring the archery range. Archery range just about down. And now Blue will have to fall back, tower the gold, do another range at home. In the back of his base. Try to do wheelbarrow. Blue still is up in res collected, but now it's 10-0 army. And this will be double range. Don't know if the scouts can do much more damage here. But could maybe just give Ming the opportunity to do a market and click up nice and peacefully. Alright, start drinking this coffee too. Gotta get my morning coffee to help wake up. So scouts going for the stable. Duncan also changed the lids on their coffee cups recently. It's like a fold back thing over the opening. So temporarily forced off that wood line is Blue. Still has the scouts and skirms hoovering in the base. Not a big fan of the new lid. At least I'm not the only one to notice it. And Castle Age clicked first for Ming. There we go. A few more scouts pouring in, and oh, those are Magura scouts on the wood line. The numbers are not quite there for Blue to engage. This is so tricky. As the archers at least will whittle down the scout HP over time. They're under the TC, so they can't be jumped. And he just barely defends this wood line. Bloodline's on the way from Ming. Blue winning that fight. No, win the fight before Bloodlines comes in. So more scouts on the way though from Ming. Let's see what the setup is. Double stables. And that'll straight be probably light cap into knights with more scouts on the way as he's still aging up. So if he's able to get up quickly and get knights, then he can keep this army forward and apply pressure to it. And even though Blue is sending archers forward, knights will be out in time to deal with them. And now scouts picking villagers. This is looking better and better for Ming. A couple of very weak vills will go down. Down they go. Ville down. And, ooh, this could be a problem though. Ming not walled at home. Did wall, but overchopped now. There's the Castle Age. Well, not GG yet. These scouts do have forging and bloodlines and armor. So these vills will have to run. At least one will go down. Ming not giving up just yet. Or, I mean, Blue not giving up just yet in the back of Ming's base. Ming continuing to raid though. Light cav, husbandry on the way. A few defensive archers now. But more vills being picked. Timing on these scouts with now free iron casting. Feels so good in picking off the vills. That's more and more vills going down. One more hit. Nope, light cav is in. And meanwhile over here, Blue is trying to counter raid. But elite skirm, light cav and elite skirm both clicked. More scouts coming forward, but with the elite skirms, the archers probably won't be able to engage here. Okay, losing some HP. Ah, tricky to keep the skirms alive, but now here comes a knight. The knights will probably win this fight here for Ming. Yeah, that's a lot of scouts though for blue, but at the same time, blue's still struggling at this wood line. 47 to 37 vills, and Ming has done a good job of not losing vills. And as the knights come in, that'll be the call from blue as Ming ties it up 1-1. And a nice aggressive game of Land Madness there from Ming. And it felt like a difference in the openings there, where blue sent one spear and one archer forward and didn't have reinforcements in time to stop 5 Magyar scouts from picking them off. And after that, just felt like Ming had like a slight advantage, but a slight advantage he maintained over time. Eco KD 17-1. So that ties at 1-1. A win on Land Madness. And a win with the Magyars over the Portuguese. Next map will be African Waters. They're getting right into this. No pause or delay or anything. Oh, you ordered Factor the other day. Nice, nice. I always wanted to try it. Yeah, same with me. I'd enjoyed other meal delivery things, so I figured I might as well try it out with the sponsorship. I've been eating them. They've been pretty useful. Honestly, it saves some time on food prep just to be able to throw them in the microwave. Alright, so here we are. Where are we? There we are. We will have blue playing the cyan to the west, Ming in the red to the east, Malians for blue, Persians for Ming. And, well, laming already? Laming? Okay. What's going on here? Oh! Okay, camel wall. That is so cute. I like that. So while the boar or the rhino is trying to path to that villager, the camel is part of the quick wall. At first, Ming was like, I'm gonna use my camel to block so you can't wall. But then, blue was like, I'll use my camel as part of the wall. So no scout for getting the final hit on the boar. So we'll just stand there, not too far from the TC. Those issues are why we cook food in the first place. Those issues are why we have the factory sponsorship in the first place. So you don't need to worry about your decaying food. So, loom on the way for blue. And another rhino will be lured in here. And as far as the docks go, it'll be Ming docking to the back all the way on the eastern pond as the Persians. And we'll have a northern dock here from Blue. So not going to go all the way back to the safe pond. We'll go to the northern pond. And we'll go also to the side. Not going to be at the front. Or in the middle. And we'll have that veil walled in. Finds a nice school of box turtles. Or it's not a school. So someone remind me, what's the collective noun for turtles again? We looked that up, and I've forgotten what it is. What do Malians have to overpower Persians? The one thing they have is the cheaper buildings in the Dark Age, which usually leads to an early dock. But we didn't see that here. It can help add in the barracks. But 2 and now our 3rd fishing ship will be out for Ming before even the first one for Blue. So it feels like the Persians just have pulled really far ahead through their faster working TC. Their wood bonus and now their faster working dock. A bale, yes, a bale. That's it, is a bale of box turtles. That's what I was thinking of. So mining camp will go up here for Blue. And a couple of militia also. So feudal age on the way in. As more militia come out. A feudal age there for Ming as the barracks goes up. On the other side, the lion goes for the Vil. The Vil has loom, so he'll win that fight. And it will be a northern dock, so aggressive dock for Ming. Trying to disrupt the fish from Blue. Blue, so far, looks like it doesn't have a forward Vil on the minimap. Nothing going for that back pond. Militia coming in. 15 seconds from Feudal, and we'll probably see Men-at-Arms too. Late barracks from Ming, so this might just be pure skirms. Pure skirms and gold for fire, so there's the archery range up right under the TC. And now we expect to see skirms. We'll see if the Men-at-Arms upgrade comes in. As these militia. Yep, they will become Men-at-Arms. They will be whacking away at that house. Trying to at least force repairs. And meanwhile, it'll be fire galleys in the north. Double docks for Blue. And this is that Malian's wood discount for the buildings coming in. Blue is able to add in that second dock. Now can try to get the numbers in the northern pond, despite the one faster working Persian dock. The Men-at-Arms still applying pressure. The Pierce armor for the Men-at-Arms will be nice for this map, against all the archers. Malians Full Metal Zim, are you a Malians fan? Malians and Tatars, okay. Men-at-Arms will be taking out the archer. Down it goes. A blacksmith up here for Ming. And matches with lots of S's. Thank you for the follow. So a demo raft from Blue, this Vil walled in, not able to repair. I'll have a repair Vil here for Ming. And fletching on the way for Ming. Tower going up on the gold, a couple of houses going up, mill on the berries. Even if you have a player preference in a certain matchup, a part of you will always be happy whenever Malians or Tatars win. Okay, what's the reasoning behind your your Malians and Tatars affiliation. So extra pierce armor for the men-at-arms. Could always do armor and then have 3 pierce armor against the archers. Vils might be in danger of over-chopping some of these trees. Have to be careful eventually. Wish you could do them more justice when you play. Don't we all? So men-at-arms coming forward, going to try to push Ming off of the berries. In the northern pond demo, a big splash radius there, but doesn't kill anything, or doesn't destroy anything. I'll come out, that Vil being fired by all the ships, and he goes down. That house foundation going to stay incomplete, as the fires might need to surround the dock a bit better. I'll have a market going up there for Ming. I have a soft spot for the Inca, but I have to admit Harry was right to put their castle as the worst looking. I agree with the Inca having the worst looking castle. He did castle tier list. Maybe I should do a castle architecture tier list. Oh, you know what I should do? A guard tower architecture tier list. The guard tower, I think, is the prettiest building. Or maybe I should just do a video where I look at random graphics from buildings and put in just comment on them. That could be fun. Like the hidden details in the AoE2 building sprites. Maybe not every building, but the interesting buildings. AoE2 math tier list. Hey, Dongo Fry. I have maybe tomorrow. I could potentially finally find time to finish editing the math video I'm working on. This video needs to come out so that I can work on other videos. Skirms go for the men-at-arms. Skirms get in on the wood line, force some Vils back. Big skirmore now. And Castle Age clicked first for blue. So looking at all the pond, everyone getting a dock on every pond now. Blue tried to get a couple of fishing ships on the left. And looks like blue winning the north, Ming winning the east, south and west still contested. Although blue not doing a fire here, only 1 fire for Ming. More on the way though. So Ming may be winning the west. And it's going to be double stables for blue. So not too far behind will be Ming as the Persians. And this gets interesting. So now you have 2 civs that have knights, they have camels, they have crossbows, and they have skirms. And if you go lots of crossbows or you want to raid under the TCs, then or if you see lots of crossbows, want to get under the TCs, see lots of skirms, then you go knights. But then the camels come out to counter the knights, but then crossbows counter the camels. And then you're switching back and forth and playing a game of Age of Empires. And hello, Anthony. Good old Malian zombie men-at-arms. It's never boring to watch. Zombie? Why are they zombies? The camels are the real zombies. The camels in AoE2, the original sound files for them were the same sound files used for zombies and imps in Doom. You're just slightly modified in Doom, but it was the same camel recorded sound from the Sound Ideas library. Zombies as in they don't die. Zombies would be like coming back from the dead, though. That would be like when you could garrison the dying villager, then heal it in the TC and bring it back to life. The Ville's going down. I'm very much a nerd. So knight coming forward, hitting the skirms. Skirms have to run away. More knights coming around for blue. And blue will have now a good knight advantage with bloodlines on the way. Bloodlines already in, but no upgrades at the blacksmith yet. For Ming, blue has the armor, at least. Slightly better KD for blue, but more res collected for Ming. And Ming will have a nice Ville lead thanks to that Persian TC. And it feels like Ming now with triple pond domination, taking out the redock attempt from blue in the west, and he'll be able to fish there, be able to fish in the south, and continue fishing in the east. Blue just having that northern pond now, that double dock defense working. And here come the camels from blue, camels from Ming to fight blue. But camels themselves, in small numbers, not enough against knights. They are kind of cleaning this. The advantage there is that it's only skirms and no crossbows added in. Persian CA. Interesting. I mean, neither civ has bracer, right? Neither civ has bracer. So neither civ's gonna have great skirms late game. But then again, neither civ will have great CA late game. I guess you could try to run around and hoover with CA to pick stuff off. We'll have a TC going up to the rear, second TC for blue. Staying one TC for now is Ming. Right now, though, against Camel Skirm, I feel like CA, at least for blue, would be a tricky transition. Maybe it would work, though, for Ming. This is the Persians. They will have great Castle Age Cav archers. Just late when they fall off. And there's Ming's second TC, gonna go between the woodline and the gold. Monk here will be healing some knights for blue. Lumber camp going up on the wood line. So bowsaw and forging on the way. And mining camp, mining camp for blue. It's dangerous to build it so close to the pond. If Ming sees that, he only has fletching, but he already has the war galley upgrade, so he could make one war galley and have one ship completely shut down that gold mine. This all comes down to whether or not Ming has the map awareness to scout that. And with some knights and outposts going around, he'll be hovering around the back of the base. Maybe he will see it. That mining camp is right there, and he does see it. Doesn't even need a war galley, then he can hit it with the cav. And they'll come over and start hitting the vills on the gold. Stable, big difference in imp. Oh, remember, the Malians also have Farimba. So that actually would have the better camels in imp if it gets there. But I think on this map, you don't usually get there. Okay, looks like another redock attempt. Redock from blue on the eastern pond. Blue does not have war galley, though. Blue will need to add that in. Right now, using the dock for cover will win a fight against the fire ship. And as nice as it is to destroy 9 fishing ships, they're basically out of fish in this pond. Only 1 fish left. So fire ship going down. A couple of fire ships here will go down too. One civ has halves though. That's true. The other has Farimba pikemen. Remember when Malians had halves? When they first came out? Anyone else remember that in the African kingdoms? Oh, that was 10 years ago now. That was scary. They had halves? They had halves, yes. So light cav raids now, getting under the TC to help deal with the monks. Malians have a good monk line, especially in the Castle Age. So now the triple pawn domination is no more, double pawns for both players. Light cav still charging at the monks, monk goes down. Now the monk from the rear, he'll be chanting. And camels will hit the Vil. These Vils are exposed in the back. Ming's up by 20 Vils. I mean, Persians are such a strong save with their faster TCs. It's also the third TC down here for Ming. He's just pumping Vils out like it's nothing. And it's hard now for Blue to keep up in the army numbers. And especially since he has so many knights mixed in against the camels. Cheaper camels, attack bonus against the knights, and they'll be taking a good fight. Camels go down from the TC. And still Malian camels chasing this away. Forward workshop with a mangonel. And that's a double. Oh, now quadruple stables though for Blue. And Blue's just gonna pump cav. So Blue's not thinking of Imp anytime soon. Blue's just gonna be pumping. Malians have a good everything line in the Castle Age. Pretty much. I think Malians really excel in the Castle Age, then fall off an Imp without Bracer. Their cav line with Farimba, I think, has a bit more staying power in Imp, but their archers definitely fall off. I think Persians are one of the few civs that don't win hard versus Malians in late Imp. Well, I think I agree with that, right? It's the Farimba camels, I think, are a good answer to a lot of what the Persians can do. And, well, who wanted the Persian CA? We're getting them. We're getting them. Not even elite skirm this game, just normal skirm. But Ming's eco has really pulled ahead. We saw these Persian TCs earlier. They have continued working. Ballistics on the way. And now heavy plow for Blue. Yeah, also no Bracer to deal with the camels. You're right about that. Halbs are useful, right? Halbs are useful. Then Malians also have hand cannoneers. So Blue so far holding. Ming hasn't really been able to push. At least Ming isn't fishing here. Downside for Blue is he will run out of fish food in the north soon. And since Ming had taken new ponds, he had fresh stocks of fish from which to gather, and Ming's fishing ships will continue working for a while longer. So, about to have a pretty big transition on the food eco, for Blue, I think. More conversions from the monks. A couple of rams coming forward. The siege workshop to move over land as a transport. Could be fun as a modded unit. Okay, so yeah, running into the camels there, Monk getting a conversion, but Ming still, his population so much higher. Just hasn't really been able to push. The Ram is a nice addition for taking out the forward stables. And he's up by 5k res collected. Blue holding on here, but I don't think Blue can do much more other than hold on. Yeah, Blue more stables. Blue realizing he needs to stay full castle age to get the army numbers up to fight this. And to be fair, I guess a lot of that military count does still count as ships on the water. He has, what, 9 fire galleys. And then TC still providing enough of a defense on land. One of those situations where the resources are so tight because Blue's trying to pump out units so much that he's still missing Bracer and Iron Casting. So water assault on TC to the west? Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. War galleys, they have 8 range, so they outrange the 6 of the TC. Blue finally doing iron casting. Trying to get more monks. Better crossbow spam. Maybe, right? That also synergizes pretty well with their university bonus. Cheaper university plus working faster for ballistics. He is still holding. Huge difference in res collected. Much bigger eco KD is now. Oh, now we have a Cav Archer raid. This TC not providing protection now since Ming has that pond. And Ming able to get in with the Cav Archers. Oh boy, that's a lot of dead vills, and that'll lead to the GG. Finally, this raid is the killing blow. As we have some knights hoovering around the back of the eco too. So, well done from Ming there. Persians, the civ you want on the hybrid map usually, and showing off how great their eco is in that game, I think. Their eco and their ability to fight with fires on the water. So, GG. And, you know, KD actually not that different, considering how far ahead Ming was in military for a lot of that game. I guess some of that difference is water population, so it's not that big of a difference, but even with all the investment into the stables, Blue never really had the eco to catch up in military numbers. Tab around and make that 2-1 for Ming. Now, Ming's the player with whom I definitely am more familiar than Blue. That's Persians over Malians. And they'll be in the lobby for the next game. So again, apologies on Twitch, just going to play an ad to try to get pre-rolls out of the way. And once more, you can always watch on YouTube if you want to have the ad-free experience in 4K too. YouTube knows where it's at. Know that Persian's only strong unit versus Malians and Castle Age is CA, so the only logical unit for Malians is the Expo. Both units are not fully upgraded in Imp 2. Kind of tricky on that map though, because you're so close together, it can be difficult to use the crossbows because you get slightly out of position and then you get picked off by knights. And so sometimes as Malians, you just want to go for that double gold composition, right? Because you have the you have all the discounts for the buildings. You can go archer, you can go ranges and stables. I feel like that matchup was more than the unit composition was decided by just the pond ability that the Persians could keep the fish alive and have their eco added in. And by the time, right, by having the so-called triple pond domination, by the time that that blue was able to retake one of the pawns, it didn't really affect the fishing eco. Now, if blue holds on to that pond in the western corner, and they keep it 2-2 pawns, and then maybe is able to hit the pond in the south instead of in the east, that might have changed things. Always tricky on those pond maps, too. Let's see, they should be launching into the next game. And yep, and it will be stranded. The map shall be stranded. Unmentioned in the pup notes, they changed collisions for melee units, they bump less and are all going to be vastly better versus range units going forward, fewer conga lines. Yep, so hopefully it behaves more like it did on the original game in that regard. Because DE does form the so-called conga lines of melee units trying to chase a bit more than the original game did. That'll be a good comparison. Gonna be a big meta shakeup. Yeah, I know Phosphor did a video on it. I'll need to do some analysis at some point too, but I think I'm gonna wait a bit until they actually have the notes and have it more finalized. And maybe Phosphor will use the Magier's next patch. Alright, so map will be stranded. This is the Warlords version where both players have their junks. They'll be going forward to trade right away. There'll be Britons for blue and Georgians for Ming. Britons? In 2025? On a nomad map? What is this madness? I've not seen this in a while. I mean, there are water buffaloes, and they do collect the food from them more quickly. Ever so slightly faster than they do from hunt. Is there an update at ProPleb? There is a public update preview. It is not an official update, it's just an update preview. It's 186 gold on the junk. Noticed your villager is fighting back against the scout and I didn't task them to. Plus your mods reset. Your mods reset? That's interesting. I know that's happened to me occasionally, but usually that's because I'm swapping patch versions now. I heard they are adding a command line option, so my mods won't reset when my game crashes, which is going to be very useful for me in the scenario editor when I'm scripting maps and crash the game. So Britons, chat, what are the Britons going to do here on Stranded? I mean, it's not like they're going to go longbows. You usually don't go unique units when this map has so little stone on it. I guess Warwolf Trebs could be useful. Do Georgians have bombard cannons? They don't, right? Yeah, they don't. They have hand cannoneers, but no bombard cannons. Rhino on the way in. Expo spam and more expo spam? I guess. How are the Georgian skirms? They missed the final armor upgrade. Huh. Now expects the Britons men-at-arm play? Maybe that's what we'll see, Britons men-at-arms.
Mandatum? Ready.
Yay.
So another Ville coming forward for blue. Blue will be adding in a barracks. Alright, alright. Feudal Age now on the way for Ming. Feudal Age on the way for Blue. Ming will be up a bit faster. By the looks of the food count, not going to be a fast castle for Blue. And barracks probably won't be up in time for Men-at-Arms, and maybe we could still see it. Yeah, but that's a lot of vills still on wood. Not really going to gold either. I guess just relying on the junk for gold. Where's the junk? Making a trip back with another 186 gold. LingHe Cup. Oh, I don't have a command for this. Maybe I should make one. I still need to clean up my bot commands. Coming up to the Feudal Age. Have a watchtower going up on the wood line. So archery range and a blacksmith for Blue. Well, maybe this actually is a fast castle using the junk. I mean, Britain's... Maybe I underestimated the food income with 6 fishing ships and the Britain's bonus on these water buffaloes. So this could just be FC Expo. And yep, there it is. Okay. So FC from both players. This definitely can't be an FC map. Tower here on the wood line. Easier to sneak the mule cart in by the tower, I guess. So, okay, that's it. Blue, using his junk, gets out some fires and will start amassing archers. So, feels like 10 years ago, Britain's FC crossbows. And they'll, of course, get straight to that +1 range the Britons get in the Castle Age. Hello, LingXander. How you doing? Over on Twitch today, it looks like. Hate it when you're trying to sleep and you think of a question. I know sometimes I'll be trying to sleep and I'll think about some random Age of Empires fact. And then I'll need to wake up and go to the scenario editor and answer it. And hello, Tucson Blues. So Ming up to the Castle Age, and ooh, the junk for Ming. 214 gold, but it'll go down to the fire. Where's the junk? Ooh, junk for Blue. Gonna go down 2. Will it make it back to a dock in time? It's close, but the fires are there, and the fires are faster. I think that'll go down, so no more gold income for either player. And let's just check the trade income. How do I do this? Trade income, 372 trade profit for both of them total. You get out of bed to make an AoE calculation. that's if you really wanna sleep though, what you gotta go down, go to the scenario editor, plop down a whole bunch of sheep, and then you just start counting them. The dangerous part is though, like, what if you count the sheep and you don't have 8 of them, and then it's like, oh no, someone lamed you, and then you'll never fall asleep. It's just a nightmare. Alright, so defensive workshop forward on the hill, but the crossbows will get in, so fortified church. If there's one civ that'll be hard to raid, it's the Georgians with their churches. These things are insane. Do the northeast, and south exist? Not that I know of. Buffalo. Did the crossbows snipe off that buffalo? How mean of them. That's the Britain's range, far enough away to kill a buffalo without converting it. Ooh, Ming. Tur is a Ming fan. So churches, what's that? 6 range. Do churches benefit from the fletching line? I forget if they're like TCs or like towers. I think they do. As TCs, of course, don't benefit from the range. And Archer is gonna hit the Vills, but everything just gonna garrison there. No space to do much damage. Turs is a big Ming fan. Alright. No range, but yes damage. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright, actually, no, it's the opposite of what I thought. I thought they did get the range, but apparently not. So that does mean they're never really able to destroy mangonels, but they take so little wood to repair. And especially with the Georgian's repair bonus, you can repair them forever. Yeah, that's true. It'd be even more OP if it got range. So Ming with a huge score lead, and now we'll have that fortified church powering the Georgians' economy. Ming has managed with the fire ships to clear out the fish on the water. And husbandry will be on the way. Yeah, right, against Britons with their range, you want more than one building covering your gold mines. And also it's relic time, second relic on the way for Ming. And also with some scouts, picks off Vills. Ooh, 98.99% on that house. Oh, and it's siege time. Couple of scorpions and a mangonel against a ram and the crossbows. And no repair Vills, so the crossbows win this fight. Was even a single crossbow killed there? I don't think so. Britons. OP. And then the ram will take out the workshop. Okay, well, I guess that's a nice push from Blue, but now falling really far behind in Vills. 12 fishing ships to 0. Imagine Armenian church rush with 8 range and shoots arrows with relics. Cav running around the wood line.
Ready.
Uncle be healing some crossbows. I have chain barding armor on the way. Mangonels hit the villager. Alright. Monk healing. Capture age. No. Unexpected error in application. What the heck? Alright. Let me quit this. Hopefully it doesn't crash everything. Alright. That was weird. And OBS didn't crash, right? Playing way too scared with that range and hill advantage. Yep, okay. Maybe I do gotta restart capture age every time. Just for safety. Alright, Ming back to the red. The stats will be wrong, but we'll keep going. And hello, Epic. How you doing? Capture age crashing. Not the type of thing I want to see as they're laying off their staff. The application breaking. And Lon's overjoyed. How you doing? Okay, that gold is exposed if Blue realizes it. So mangonel push on the church, and the ram goes down. The Vil wasn't able to repair it. This is the thing. The Georgians, what is it? Minus 15% damage. Okay, so they still get the full heal bonus. And Philly PA girl, thank you for the follow. Tower behind the wood line. So tower goes down. Georgian's repair bonus on the fortified church. 2 vills can repair this for a long time, but the relics are ejected. 4 vills should be able to repair this. This is going to be really cheap for the Georgians to repair. Look how slowly that wood ticks down compared to, say, a TC. Okay, crossbows need to defend the mangonels here. Mangonels could go down to the knights. They do have +2 armor. They do have bloodlines. More crossbows on the way, but not in position for the fight right now. And the knights should get a few kills. More crossbows on the way. Maybe this is all the army that goes down? No ballistics for the crossbows, though, so that's 3 mangonels destroyed. The push on the church is stopped as the repairs come in. These things are insane with how quickly you can repair them. And how cheap it is. Oh, and also thank you very much for the sub. That'll help us towards Partner Plus. Thank you very much, and welcome to the stream. And hello, LC River. Happy birthday. Okay, knights will get through that palisade. They'll start raiding. There's a monk there to help against this. Goes for a conversion on the knight. A couple of crossbows. They probably want to pick off the light cav first. Conversion doesn't come in. Monks want conversions. 1 conversion comes in. That's it, though. Light cav goes down. Is he devoted? Oh, he is devoted. Ming is devoted. Crossbows take out the knight. The knight goes down. Now pushing the church. As the crossbows run around. My farm's going up around the TC. On gold, 3 on food. Very well balanced. And the crossbow is still trying to defend, but I feel like the Georgian's eco is just way too much. I feel like the map also kind of came down to water too. Once Ming won the water, it was just hard for blue to come back. Oh, maybe you can get a good mass of crossbows and still take your fight with the crossbows, but he's lost so many mangonels. And then these fortified churches are just absolutely impossible to mangonel push. And there's the GG. And Ming will take it 3-1. So a nice win from Ming. We won't have stats in Capture Age because Capture Age crashed. Let me swap to the game itself and look at the stats there. Close Capture Age at GG. Tur's the Ming fan. Oh, but no, I'm sorry. I was like, oh, we'll look at the stats in the game. But as I closed Capture Age and I just automatically did what I always did. And I left the game as I left Capture Age. Oops, my bad. GG Capture Age. Noob streamer. so we'll look to get the next set up then. Next set should be Bad Koala versus Dennis. Let me update the scoreboard. Bad Koala against Dennis. I think his plan was solid if he went all in with ballistics too. I think the plan probably works against civs other than Georgians, who aren't able to defend as well, and potentially if he has better water control. So again, just as we're gonna look to get the drafts started, I'm just gonna do an ad on Twitch so that we have the pre-rolls off. I'm gonna take a break and head to the restroom myself so you won't miss anything. And stay tuned. We'll get the next set rolling as soon as the players are around and get started. Right. So let's see. Next set, do we have drafts? We do. Ah, the drafts to the overlay. Beautiful. And thank you also XX Kali for the follow on Twitch. Good day. Why don't you say hi? Thanks for saying hello or good day. Did I cast Duduzu versus Stray Dog? When was that? I didn't cast yesterday. I've casted most of the other ones. Did he play Stray Dog? I casted Blue versus Stray Dog the other day, I think. Duduzu versus You Pudding? I don't think I casted that. Wait, the dashboard might be confused because it says Bad Koala versus Dennis in the lower bracket round 2, but also Bad Koala versus Z40. Let me check out Wikipedia for the actual bracket, make sure I got the round right. Wait, what? What is this? What? Okay, chat. I need your help. I need I need your help. What happened here? What is this bracket? They're doing the Civ draft. I'm just gonna tab away from that. What? Why is Bad Koala playing Dennis here? What happened? Yeah. How did he play in the lower bracket round 2 twice? He lost to Z40, but now he's playing against Dennis? What happened? Yes, Stray Dog Duduzu. Was that the very first set? I might have casted that if it was in round 1. He will replace iBUYPOWER, and iBUYPOWER will play further sets if Bad Koala wins. I guess iBUYPOWER just wasn't available then? Because he lost to Daniel. Okay. So Bad Koala here, representing iBUYPOWER, will play against Dennis. Okay. Okay. I guess he must have just not been available. This is a very fast turnaround time for this tournament, and I guess to keep it moving, they're just doing whatever they can. Does that even mean representing? How does that work? It means he will play these games, and if he wins, then iBUYPOWER will play against You Pudding in the next round. Then it should have an admin win. I guess they're just trying to avoid admin wins and making sure everything gets played. Alright, so that's how it's gonna work. Alright, I'm not an admin for this tournament. But fair enough, I guess. So first map will be Skukuza. Oh, we have Sicilians for Dennis. He might do another Sicilians masterpiece. Then Basmo, Morass, Nomad, and Migration. So very non-water maps for Dennis. Very watery maps for Bad Koala. So welcome everyone again on Twitch and on YouTube. should be getting this set started in just a moment. I see them in the lobby. There's Bad Koala, substituting for iBUYPOWER. How do I set up the scoreboard now? That's the question. What name do I put? I guess I put... Do I have to put both of them somewhere? This is weird. Yeah, I buy koala. All right, both of them in the lobby. And our first map should be Skukuza. And I imagine we'll see Sicilians from Dennis. Some Dark Age donjons for center control. Hope for Harris substituting me in the next community event. I think you have to gift him a lot of subs. And also gift the admins a lot of subs. Yes, give subs. Got it. Hello, ducks. Hello. Although even better than gifties right now are tier 3 subs, because they help us out more towards the next Partner Plus tier if we want the better revenue split. Still in the lobby. Oh, and Ducks, thank you very much for the sub. How about I gift myself a sub? Ooh, don't gift yourself a sub. You should do a tier 1 sub properly like you did, as that way it does count for Partner Plus. And now, if I run a 30-second ad to reset the pre-roll timer, Ducks won't even get an ad. For 6 months in advance. Duck says, oh, that's right, you do have the turbo icon. Okay, so still in the lobby from what I can tell. And here we are launching. Oh, and that worked. Okay, this hasn't been working for me. Like, queuing on the dashboard and launching directly into the game hasn't been working in Firefox, but it just worked. So that's curious. But there it goes. Well, so it'll be Skukuza, Dravidians for Bad Koala, and Sicilians for Dennis. And we're going to look for some donjon masterpieces here. Yeah, all unique unit gifts are chill, but the samurai is nervous. He is not very chill. Not at all. So, thank you everyone for tuning in. Having a bit of a, after 3 big events in a row, having a bit of a downturn in the AOE2 event calendar. So I'm just trying to cover some of these more minor events like the LingHe Cup. I'm glad to have you all here. Sicilian's your favorite Civ. You enjoy these sets. I'm glad you do, Turs. Turs is always such a lovely person. It's nice not to have a freaking AS tier every weekend. Dux is like, yeah, yes, T90's on vacation. I don't have to go mod his chat. Dux can sit back and have a relaxing viewing experience. I'm somehow going to need to cast all these cartographers' community events, and I don't know how to fit them into my schedule. But we'll figure it out at some point. So here we are. Let me just update the scoreboard. I will call Dennis just Dennis, and this will be bad koala slash. It's just a bad koala. I'll put a bad koala for iBUYPOWER there. So he's actually playing for iBUYPOWER. So I have no idea what happened, but I guess iBUYPOWER wasn't available. So they're just having Bad Koala play in his place for this game. And if Bad Koala wins, he was already knocked out of the tournament, but if he wins, then iBUYPOWER will continue his place in the bracket. Does he imply that koalas are good generally? Are you questioning the goodness of koalas, Turs? I've never actually met a bad koala other than this one. Elsie River's saying koalas are bad. Alright, well this map will be Skakuza, and welcome to Hunt in the Middle. We will have Dravidians for Bad Koala, he'll be to the south, and then Sicilians for Dennis, Dennis will be to the north. And Dennis has had some very good strategies for all the maps that I've seen. And as the Sicilians, he will doubtlessly go for a centered donjon. Now, the thing about this map is it becomes a skirmisher war, and Koala, as the Dravidians, will have those faster shooting skirmishers. I don't know if shooting is the correct term, but they will shoot their javelins faster. Shoot the javelins, throw the javelins more often. That's maybe the best way to describe it. So we'll have some blue vills here going down towards the wood line. And lots of hunt in the middle. Hello, Cicero. The Merciful. Organized custom saves tournament. It's on the to-do list. I want to do another FFA, but I figure I need a bit of a break after we just had Regicide Rumble before another FFA event. So maybe sometime in the autumn. Exclamation mark to-do list. I don't think Twitch chat has enough characters to print the to-do list of mine. Sicilians tankier skirms are also competitive. You know, that's true. How much does that matter in the skirm war? I think it's probably 1 damage or so. And hello, Andau. Yeah, as I said, we do have more custom civ events on the to-do list. To do Dancing Teutonic Knight. Do sergeants kill skirms? Is that true? Do you just get to enough skirms to where the skirms kill the sergeants? Are they speedy enough to catch them? So we have the donjon and house in the middle for Dennis immediately. Does anything kill skirms? Other skirms, Turs. Other skirms. Yeah, Margugu versus Dragonstone with the Long Dark Age. or Doomster, yeah, Doomster. Versus Margugu set. That's right. It was Doomster. So Donjon going up for Dennis. Feudal on the way for both players, but Dennis will get up first. And if Dennis is able to get 2 donjons in the middle and take all the hunt, that can actually be really scary. Like 2 donjons that cover each other. So no range on the donjon yet. I guess we'll see the range circle once he gets up. Yeah, and if he can do a donjon like here and then get fletching, all of a sudden cover all the middle, then I think things get really scary. So there's the archery range. It's going to be Skirm City here for these players. Barracks going up for iBUYPOWER. And even on a map with tons and tons of hunt for pumping out scouts, we're going to see skirms. 50 skirms to one-shot a sergeant. Hey, that is within one group. And yeah, 50 HP for the sergeants in the feudal age. And double range skirmishers for Bad Koala there. So skirm and scout in the back. These vills will be walling themselves in. And skirms will go for the sergeant. I'd pick off that sergeant, but I'll have more skirms queued in the middle. We'll see how quickly Dennis can get a second range added in, and there he goes. With all this hunt, he won't need farms, so 2 ranges will be pretty easy for him. Needs to maybe do a tower or a donjon and wall everything in the back. Donjon here would be great because it protects the wood line, and then he could do a mill there. Maybe he could long distance mine 50 stone, then do another donjon. I was thinking of a second one in the middle, but if he decides to play with skirms, keeps the skirms in the middle, then keeps the wood line safe, could be onto something. So what's that? 5 skirms now for iBUYPOWER. Both players with little more than a Vill's worth of idle time at their TCs. So scout goes down. Skirms going down all over. Down they go. Skirms will take out Vills. Vills on the ostriches. And I'll try to do a bit of harassment there. So now it's the skirm war period. We've gotten the skirms, and we're fighting over the skirms. So over here we have the Vills walling themselves in. Have to be careful of overchops, but they'll be walled for now. Vills will engage in the skirm war. That'll force the skirms to micro back at least. And micro back under the donjon. So now the question is just, how does Dennis ever get a second donjon? If he does... Oh, and he's winning the skirm war too. He's winning the skirm war. So Sicilians... What's that? 3 pierce armor, 0 archer armor. But when they negate bonus damage... So it's plus 3 attack against archers. And the Sicilians negate 33% bonus damage. So that's 1 less damage the skirms take. Okay, Sicilian skirms, very tanky. Very tanky. iBUYPOWER and Bad Koala are the same person. They are not. But iBUYPOWER is, I guess, not available to play, so Bad Koala will be playing for him. And if he wins, then iBUYPOWER will continue in the bracket. And that's now 12 skirms and a sergeant trying to break through. What exactly? That's the same question I have. I'm not an admin of this tournament or involved in any way, so I just figure out what chat tells me and relay it. So Sicilians top 3, and I guess probably Dravidians and Byzantines the other top civs. But donjon plus the defensive skirms makes the Sicilians feel scary. But now we have skirm numbers here, and Bad Koala will pick off 2 skirms right away as they hop out of the ranges. Still no second donjon for Dennis. And this is where I think, you know, I was thinking the first one would maybe be in the middle to cover more area. Maybe the second one should just be out here. Yeah, tanky skirms are working well so far. But they don't have the numbers now. Oof, I'm trying to pick them off. Try to retreat to the donjon for cover as they pick each other off. I guess the tankiness in these numbers, if you have enough to one-shot, doesn't matter. And that's when the faster shooting still matters faster throwing. So more skirms coming from the rear, Vils on the outside. Oh, that is a... Okay, that's a house. I saw the 2x2 foundation, thought it was a donjon for a second, but no, it is indeed a house. So Vils coming forward, no backup sergeants yet. Hello, Gabby. And Koala trying to micro the skirms here, down in numbers now, picking the Vils to fight. Dennis will come over to fight with Vils too. And yeah, faster shooting is better against Vils. These Sicilian skirms, now that the numbers have dropped, their tankiness will start to come into play more. And you gotta keep track on the numbers and the HP bars. Vil fight going on at the same time. And a couple of low HP Vils in there for Bad Koala. Skirms continue picking each other off. Skirm goes down, and that'll be fletching on the way for Dennis. Picking skirms off. Low HP for some of those Vils. Still involved in the fight. Every villager fighting, but a sergeant comes out. And there is going to be the second donjon. The sergeant can help build that. It's going to be next to the tower. Oh, he deletes the donjon foundation. Not gonna go for it, maybe thinking he doesn't have the Vils. iBUYPOWER sending, or no, Bad Koala sending everyone. Got the names mixed up. Sending everyone to build the tower. And Dennis with a ton of stone, but hasn't been able to make towers with it. He's gonna sit there and try to Vil fight under the tower. Repairs on the way for Koala. And Dennis with the skirm lead. A few low HP skirms. Looks like they'll go down, but that tower still being repaired. Sergeants can come and hit the repair Vils though. And that tower looks like it'll go down. And Dennis will clear the tower. It's close, the repair is not enough. Tower goes down. And there's the GG from Bad Koala. Dennis will take game number 1. There he goes, on the way to eliminating Bad Koala twice. Takes a 1-0 lead. And 11-1 Eco KD. 18 villager lead there at the end. Some idle TC time as Bad Koala tried to pump out from the TC. But we'll look at the KD, much better. Able to maintain for the most part a military lead. Took one big fight there, while also having a much better economy, especially in food. I think that's probably a good graph to look at. The food collected. Yeah, having the middle control, giving him the food eco. And if you look at the economies here, are there any farms? Just adding the farms now is Dennis, a few more farms on the way. Even did horse collar before doing the farms, important for the Sicilians. But here we see a few expired farms for Bad Koala. And you can see not having the middle really came back to bite him. So Sicilians, good skirmisher civ, and Dark Age Donjon for middle control. Second time Dennis has used them on this map, and he's winning again. Rooting for Dennis over the substitution. That'll be a win for him on Skakuza. And the very first pick Dravidians over late pick Sicilians. Also really great for Dennis to be able to pick Sicilians so far down in the draft and still win with them. I guess Goths could have been another option for Bad Koala on that map with their hunt bonus. I guess the longer lasting hunt doesn't matter when there's so much hunt. Or perhaps matters less. And they're right into the next game on Basmo. Drink some water, stay hydrated between the games. Hello, hello. Hey, I was Turks that game. I was Turks that game. There's the rest of my team that were Jurchens. Lost to a late game surprise ram push against Romans last night. ready for some Skirm Wars? Well, we saw the Skirm Wars last game. Maybe we'll see more of them though. Yeah, that was great. You had the spawn towers, I had the bombard towers. So, welcome now to Basmo, Game 2 of Bad Koala in the blue. He'll be playing as the Bohemians to the north, filling in for iBUYPOWER. He will be playing against Dennis, who took a 1-0 lead after that first game. He will be in the red playing as the Portuguese to the south. Love Georgian towers. Yeah, so you had a lot of repairs from the Georgians too, those cheaper repairs. I guess Arena now on DE has a lot more stone in the middle. I was able to make so many towers, and you were too. So some villas coming forward. Look for maybe a lumber camp here. Again, the map of Basmo. You have your secondary walled enclosure. Some ice terrain, so you can't re-wall against a trush. This little bit of ice, so you can even see the water footprints from the Ville. You cannot build palisades on the ice terrain. So if a trush comes in, you can counter tower, where you could wall all of your trees, but you can't just immediately do one tile wall to keep it out. And this is where all of your stone is. The only stone on the map is in these little forests in the enclosures. This one tile of tree. Reminding me of the old Vubli arena. Sometimes you'd have one tile of wood at the back of your base, through which you'd have to chop to get to your resources. Feels like people are overlooking Kumans for this map. Feudal rams and men-at-arms would dominate. Oh, a feudal ram push on this map? No, that'd be interesting. Can I explain why it's Bad Koala iBUYPOWER? I cannot explain why this happened. All I know is that Bad Koala is filling in for iBUYPOWER. I don't know where he is, but if Bad Koala wins, then iBUYPOWER will continue playing in the bracket. Bad Koala was eliminated and is just a substitute here. Somehow. And, well, Portuguese Bohemians, two really good monk civs. Portuguese do, though, have heresy. The Bohemians do as well. So Bohemians have the full monk tech tree. I always forget that they have heresy. They do. Portuguese, the only thing they miss would be illumination, which is the faster recharging monk juice in the Imperial Age. Can you sign up and sub in Hera next tournament? As I said, gift enough subs to the admins and to Hera, and maybe it's possible. Can I sign up for a tournament and have Tato fill in for you? That's true. We'll have Dux versus Langxander, and whoever gets the highest rated pro player to sub in for them. That'll be a challenge. How can you get the best pro to sub for you? Subbing in a player does not feel right. Well, only matters if he wins, right? If Dennis might still win. Dennis does have a 1-0 lead. Don't discount Dennis. And hello, Teo Vilo. Can't wait for the new patch. I think the new patch definitely needs some work and some adjustments before it goes live. I don't think it's ready. And I say that in particular because it broke all of my cartographer's maps. And gift enough subs to Hera, the tournament creators, and to the competitors. And gift enough subs to everyone. I mean, maybe even to the viewers. Hey, they're the recipients of the gift subs, right? They're the recipients of the gift subs. So you're getting pushed to the TC. And Feudal Age, slightly faster, one vil faster for Bad Koala. Doesn't look like anyone's going for a Trush, though. We have seen lots of tower rushes on this map, but neither of these civs really set up for it. No Teutons, or Poles, or even Malay. Don't understand the addition of the foxes that give gold. Ooh, what is that? Scout kill on the villager. Scout kill on the Vil. Oh, Dennis. What was that? He must have sent a boar lure over to the lumber camp. Nice pickoff there from iBUYPOWER. Or from iBUYPOWER. From Bad Koala. What do the foxes do? Foxes are just an animal with gold on them. My thoughts on that are if you add new stuff like that and you want to use it in a new map, go ahead. But it's a bit weird to see it in old maps. I heard they were on Arena. Okay, kind of the same thing with chickens, right? Chickens feel like they don't belong on Arena. I feel like the more they change stuff, the more I want to like create my own balance patch. Maybe someday we'll have like the T-West community balance patch. So some Vils coming forward, but those are full HP Vils. Dennis thinking, I want some revenge for that Vil snipe, but nope, not gonna get it. You're gonna pretend both of these players are subbing in for you this tournament, so you definitely win this game. Playing a 1v1 against yourself. Okay, so 2 forward Vils here for iBUYPOWER. I keep saying his name and calling him iBUYPOWER. For Bad Koala, 2 forward Vils for Bad Koala. We'll be making a forward house. Dennis will be well aware of that, scouting it properly. And this looks to be some type of monk push. No stone being collected. We even had 100 stone sold there for Bad Koala. And this will likely just be a Bohemian monk push as the Vils go forward. HD patch 4.8. HD patch 4.8 had a lot of bugs in it though. There was supposed to be a 4.9 at some point, but they must have canceled it. We were waiting for 4.9 and had a Wooloo Kingdoms update prepped for it. And is there a hill bonus here? No, there was not. A slight HP advantage for Dennis, but he'll pull back from the fight. So double forward monastery for iBUYPOWER. There's the triple monastery. 1, 2, 3 monasteries for Dennis. Monk War, let's go. And it's clown time. It's clown time. Scout goes down. So, Monk's house going up. Gotta make sure you're not housed in the Monk War. Bad Koala briefly housed. He is up by 2 Vils. Had a bit more idle time for Dennis. Dennis trying to pump the monks out. They will need atonement right away. That's what Bad Koala is doing. Atonement and fervor so the monks move faster. They can run away from the conversions. And the T-West community patch. I don't know, I'll have to think about that 12 Angry Birds. My thought is to go back towards basically AOC balance. Maybe remove some of the civs. And kind of start from AOC with the knowledge that we've gained from all the changes that have happened over the years, and in hindsight, kind of pick and choose what we do. So Monk's going for a conversion. Yeah, Scout's so important now, and well, neither player has a Scout anymore. And conversion succeeds 1 for each player. If a monk is converted while it's chanting, it loses all the monk juice, and we'll just have a deletion there. It was fervor versus no fervor. He didn't have to delete. Red Wooloo versus blue Wooloo. Yep. So the hill doesn't matter here in the slightest. Doesn't give you any advantage for the monks. That'll be another conversion back and forth. Monks again have to run away. Might need to see some deletes there. Or again, fervor versus no fervor. Conversion swapped. Conversion swapped. This monk trying to regain his monk juice. And more conversions for Dennis. I feel like Dennis is maybe getting a slight edge in the monk war. This monk ends up healing. He gets converted. Oh, Bad Koala with the score lead. Still with a couple more Vils. 4 monks to 5. And here they go, chanting gets a conversion. Bohemians, remember, fervor will apply to their vills as well, so speedy vills. Conversions coming in on the monks. Wouldn't it get confusing? Well, if we play with it consistently. I don't mind if things are confusing. This is peak AoE too. This is peak circus clowning. I think slipping in fervor is really good for Bad Koala. That's 8 monks against 6. More houses going up. This is where you sell the stone at some point for more monks. And is either player devoted? No devotion. Ooh, we have devotion. Devotion is in for Bad Koala. Devotion is in. He is devoted. He will have conversion resistance. He's starting to pull ahead in vills. Starting to pull ahead slightly in score. Monks want conversions. Bad Koala using the market, selling resources, getting more gold. We have a ram now. A ram from Dennis who did a workshop down here. And he will be trying to push that monastery before redemption comes in. The Vil might have to swap between attacking the ram and repairing the monastery. Only one Vil down here. And Vil, they're coming to fight. Monastery destroyed from Dennis. Alright, monastery destroyed. Repair Vil on the way. Remember, the Vil can garrison in the ram to break conversions. Although he is converted, so never mind. Those monks all use their monk juice trying to convert him. And Dennis now winning the monk fight, 23 to 9 military population. That's 16 to 5 monks and more on the way. So nice use of the ram there. Dennis going for a second TC. So Dennis gonna try to make up for that Vil difference. But it will be at the cost of losing the monk war. Devotion on the way now. Terra would be proud. Imagine if it gets block printing in Castle Age but no devotion. Block printing in Castle Age would be OP, especially if they had redemption. So, more monks from Bad Koala. Making Eddie proud. Skins. Oh, the skins don't stack. You're right. They're different units in Capture Age. And there it is. There is Heresy for Bad Koala. He has over 1k more resources collected, and that'll just be gold. Where are his gold vills anyway? He's almost out of gold in his main base. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue for him to move to the outside though. No mobile raiding unit. Ram going forward. What's that gonna ram though? We now have a defensive workshop here for Bad Koala making his own ram. He's got another monastery in the back pumping out more monks. So that'll be his third monastery now as his ram will go forward. Take the hill advantage here in ramming down this monastery. Still only on 1 TC, but he's holding open the gate with a villager. Okay, no more. The villa does get converted, or it does get forced inside from the conversion, gets converted and goes down due to heresy. So no more need to delete here. No more need to delete. So the monastery goes down, and all the outside monasteries will go down to the rams. This ram downhill a bit, though. Monk army, monks OP. This is a clown game. So now at this point, you never delete because you always want the heresy to eat the conversion and force the monks to recharge. Calling the early GG? Well, it does look pretty GG at this point. Once those monasteries go down, the rams will just break in. And with 3 rams, that's probably enough to go for the TC. Phil's gonna turn and fight the monks too. Monks chanting over those walls, going for the conversions. Ram's heading forward, trying to break through the gate. Monks wanting more conversions on the Vills. And the gate is down, and the monks can run in. There's the house. A few farms and scouts. You see, farms and scouts are so much more expensive than monks. When you get this many monks, you need a lot of scouts before you can take a fight. And as you end up spending wood on the farms, food on the scouts. You need 2 or 3 stables to be able to pump enough to fight this, and then you still actually want heresy. And there's the GG from Dennis. Bad Qual ties it up 1-1 with some monk micro. I know that's a tempting thing, right? You're thinking, oh, I just add scouts, but at that point, once you commit to the triple monastery yourself, that's a huge change in your eco. And 59 conversions to 35. And there's the better eco for the Bohemians. Better castle time, faster monks, winning the monk fight. There's no army allowed, or what? No, it's just both players opened triple monastery, went into a monk war, and at that point, army doesn't help. Army doesn't help, because once you get triple monastery monk production, you need to, it's just so expensive to swap to army, and you can't get enough numbers out to help early on in the monk war. Cannons, right? You're in the castle age, there are no cannons. It's not until imp. And if you are an imp, then you still have block printing, so the monks actually counter the bombard cannons too. Hand cannoneers can kind of be useful against monks, right? You can say the same thing, like skirm is useful against monks, scouts. It's all about having the economy to be able to pump them out. And that was something that when you go for the low eco, selling stone, triple monastery monk play, and you do it spending gold on all the monk upgrades, you don't have more eco to swap around for other units. If you go for that light cav opening on arena, that's one thing. If you go straight for the monks, that's another. That's classic AoE 2 arena, though. That's the type of gameplay I like to see. Next map looks like it'll be Morris. Some clowning on the odd occasion. Love some clowning on the usual occasion. Otherwise, everyone calls for monk nerfs. And here we go, launching into the game. This time it didn't auto-launch. Interesting. And there we are, Morris. This game was the first to introduce. Well, the priests were in AoE 1, and those would convert. Yeah, that's been there since AoE 1. Next game is Malaysia only. Don't know about that. But tied 1-1. And this is a best of 5. It is in the lower bracket. So Bad Koala already knocked out of the tournament once. He's substituting for an absent iBUYPOWER today. If he wins, then iBUYPOWER continues. Can I play much AoE 1? Not ever at the same level as AoE 2, at least not multiplayer or competitively. Any games before that? I don't know, it's a very AoE 2 thing. I mean, a very Age of Empires thing. So the map shall be Morris. We'll have Dennis playing as the red Inca to the north, and Bad Koala as the blue Goths to the south. That's my prediction for this set. I honestly don't have a prediction. I'm not familiar enough with the matchup between these players to have one. And I don't even know how Bad Koala compares to iBUYPOWER. I would think Bad Koala is a favorite. But, I mean, based on the elos, Dennis is higher eloed. And Vizier, 4141, thank you for the follow. So, Morris will be the shorefish in the middle map. And we'll have a bunch of these in the middle for players to mill, and seems pretty fair. Not many on the... both players, I guess, getting the thin side. Why is my name T West and not S South? Well, I guess the West comes from whatever someone wrote down at Ellis Island in the early 1900s when my ancestors immigrated here and had their name anglicized. That's because the T West was taken. I put the AoE at the end, even though I don't necessarily want it there. And German descendant, nope. Dutch. On my father's side, Dutch and Czech. Same thing. And then Italian, Irish on my mother's side. Diese Kommentarsektion ist nun Eigentum der deutschen Community. One day, I'm telling you, one day we're gonna do a German stream here. Because I need to practice. The Irish genes strong for my skin. I mean, I think the Irish genes contribute to my sunburn. Whenever I go outside, it's SPF 100. Gotta be safe. So mill going up on the shorefish there. For Dennis, he'll go forward at the same time. iBUYPOWER already has the mill up, and vills are gathering. He'll have that free, or the insta-loom as the Goths, and he has a drush forward. So the drush is there before Dennis even reaches feudal. He's trying to do a couple militia himself, but they will be later. That's a 4th militia already in for Bad Koala. It feels almost like an old Aztecs game, the insta-drush. They are with the scout trying to pick vills. That is a low HP vill, but the scout gets in the middle of all the vills and goes down. That's a nice pick off on the scout. A koala moving forward and still harassing those vills. I'll probably see a bit of idle eco time ticking up now. 5th militia on the way. This might just be an infinity drush from him. Hey, you were right about militia only games so far. Militia is trying to whack the vills. Vills taking some more clubs. Another couple of militia on the way for Dennis. Dennis is up to feudal. We'll have an archery range on the way. Alright, militia goes down. Militia's our menace for Dennis. The range goes up, archers on the way out. And we'll have Feudal Age on the way there for Bad Koala. Militia coming in to hit the Vills. There they go. Militia taking them down. Vills have to run away. And we get some palisades up. And more militia, forward Vills for Bad Koala. So Bad Koala not going to try to FC behind the long feudal drush. Archery range on the way. Now, if Dennis ever gets castle, then he can maybe get out slingers, but that is a long ways away when he is a mere 2 villagers on food. And they're on that goose under the TC. That's the last food he'll have before all of his food sources run out if he can't get back to that mill. And soon his goose might be cooked, as we're going to have a forward tower there from Bad Koala. Dennis might be able to maybe fall back and continue doing more mills in the rear. He's trying to get some archers out. Nice quick walls to keep the Towervilles safe. Militia trying to get around. Archers picking them off, slowly but surely whittling down their HP, but not fast enough before that tower will go up. So towers will go up for both players, and we will have a tower war. A lot of planning indeed. The archery range going up for Bad Koala. As the Vills come forward, and we'll be hitting the tower. Vills losing HP as the tower gets some hits on the low HP Vills. Both of them go down, and this is looking pretty good for Bad Koala. I need to remove the iBUYPOWER from the scoreboard. I keep reading that name. Hold on, let me do that. Let me do that right now before I read the name one more time. There we go. So good job for Koala. Good micro from him. Arson Militia would cook that tower. We'll see what Goth Men-at-Arms could do. Right, those are even better, aren't they? Fighting the Vills, a big fight underneath all the towers behind the mill. The turning windmill bit of the mill, obscuring the bloodshed and corpses littering the ground behind it. As the archers go down, and towers will continue exchanging shots. Archer in the tower there for Dennis. Dennis also gets a Vill forward to fight that off. Down by 5 villagers, starting to fall behind in res collected too, although he is getting a counterattack. A counterattack with archers I don't think Bad Koala has noticed. Payment processors demanded the windmill sensor. Yeah, it's the HH double sensor GG that we get. So a bit of a pause. So we have archers there on the base. Bad when the Goths are ahead on Vills. That it is. That it is. But some gold control, a few farms here, and not even berry control. Kale. Okay, Bad Koala just needs a nutritious snack. Gonna eat some kale. And I had to pause for it. So Dennis says 14. Bad Koala says yes. And then fletching on the way. I mean, it means lag. Okay, it means lag. I thought the koala just wanted to eat a snack. Get a healthy diet. I don't even know what koalas would eat. So that is a big pool of fish. Reminds you of the old Nobro Trush in the HD days. The eucalyptus leaves. Yes. Okay, that exactly that. Yes. I knew it was in my brain somewhere. A bit of knowledge. You have a koala in your backyard. Is it a good one or a bad one? Or is it actually iBUYPOWER? So the Men-at-Arms is going to break in through the wood line. Vills have to run back. Dennis is going to lose even more Vills. And down. Ooh, this is painful now. 28 to 20. Vil lead only continues increasing as Bad Koala gets a tower up in the back of Dennis's base. I don't think Dennis has any wood control right now. He's got 0 Vils on wood and does not even have enough wood to build another lumber camp. He's spending it on more archers. He has 2 Vils on wood. Where are they? On the straggler tree by the TC. Man-at-Arms thinking of going for the blacksmith, and now all the raids that were forward from Dennis and Bad Koala's base have been cleaned up, and Koala will put up a tower on the shorefish. Skirms on the field, GG, you're right, it's skirmisher time. Bad Koala is getting out a good number of skirms. 6-3 right now, and more skirms equals more winning. There's fletching on the way from Bad Koala. Skirm's nerf is incoming. Skirm's nerf is incoming. And they will have a slight delay in their production timing in Feudal. Also, pathfinding changes, and how will the pathfinding changes affect the skirms? That's maybe the bigger question. So, Age of Skirmishers, Skirm War on the way. Nearly fixing the pathfinding? Well, nearly part of the team that's adjusting the pathing. I think the programming team would actually be the ones fixing the pathing. Nearly, though, supervising. So, quick wall in the house to keep the men-at-arms out. Skirm's still skirming. Skirm's going down. Age of Clock stream? It's almost 11 a.m. We've been going for a while now. So Vil's going down to Men-at-Arms, and still... It's surprising to say it's only a 7 Vil difference. And Dennis actually ahead in KD somehow. Is there a chance? I mean, he's winning this fight. He's taken so much damage. He's lost so many Vils. Does he stop this tower? I mean, he's picking off some of the forward Vils of Bad Koala. And all of a sudden, it's only a 13 to 10 KD advantage. And as far as Vils go, Dennis still actually ahead in KD. That tower is denied. I mean, it's over 1k res difference. I mean, that should still be a huge difference in advantage for Bad Koala. But he's down in skirm numbers now. Inca with the cheaper skirms. There's no way Dennis turns this around, right? Right? Well, house going up there for Bad Koala on the back. That'll be by the archery range. Still, the forward range for skirms will be mighty annoying. Dennis doesn't really have a unit for cleaning that up in the feudal age. I mean, more skirms is more winning. That's what we said. Now, skirm number's tied now. The Inca will have more skirm production. There's double bit axe. Finally, the first eco upgrade of the game. He has 12 on wood now. And maybe he could do double bit axe soon too. Alright, a couple skirms being picked off. They're out of position. Men-at-Arms still pushing forward. And they're not as important as the skirms though, right? Yeah, skirms counter Men-at-Arms confirmed. Eight Vil difference, no way. More Vils, okay, more Vils on the way forward. They want to finish that tower. And that'll be on the wood eco then for Dennis. Men-at-Arms still can't get in with the quick walls. Skirm fight going on. Tower was taken out at the north, so there is more wood for Dennis up there. Skirms take out the Men-at-Arms as the Vils will look to push through the palisade wall. You know, that's true. Fletching while the Men-at-Arms don't have armor is an extra attack for the skirms. So Bad Koala sending the Vills forward. He wants to take out that tower. Could this be an overextension? If he loses the Skirm War, it would be, but he's going to win the Skirm War. He has the numbers, even with the reinforcements. Still has the forward range for his own reinforcements. And skirmishers will go down. Will go down. Oh, the Elsie River following. What is this? Why don't you get a notification? Oh, Double Bit X, an eco upgrade for Dennis. Desperately trying to repair that tower and keep it alive. Maybe with the tower, if he garrisons, he could kill some more skirms? He's losing Vills, though. He's losing Vills as the man-at-arm attacks. Lots of low HP Vills going down. All those Vills are super low. Well, one skirm could pick them off, but they're gonna get away. It's only a 2 villager difference now. Okay, a 4 villager difference is immediately a few Vills die. Okay, low HP Vills here. That tower still stays up somehow. And it will go down now. And that's gonna be the gold control for Dennis out of the way. Absolutely crazy fights. There are still Vills on wood here. That tower was not finished. All those forward Vills, and Bad Koala didn't try to break through the palisade. Well, I guess it is walled off now. I don't think there's a tree there, so there's no hole. So 5 Vill difference now. More Vills being picked off though, 13 to 17. Vill KD in favor of Koala. Overall KD though, still in favor of Dennis. He's now down by 2k resources. Skirm's trying to fight under the TC. No Vills to garrison the TC. The Skirms can garrison though. I'll make it shoot a few arrows. Not that many. Skirms don't really add that much arrow. That don't add that much in terms of arrow numbers. Okay, the berries are finished there for Dennis. Vills don't have much else to do, so they'll just garrison the TC as the skirms pop out. And then another tower here for Dennis. Men-at-Arms killing some more Vills. Now this is Vill difference starting to grow again for Bad Koala. And that is a lot of skirms, 22 skirms to 15. And this might be the killing blow if he cleans this skirmisher army. Never seen skirms destroy a TC before. You know, I haven't either. That's a good point. That's a good point. First time for everything though, right? There's a GG from Dennis's Bad Koala goes up 2-1. So now 26 to 13, double the eco KD. Overall, more KD in favor of Dennis, but he just did not catch a break since that initial drush came in. More eco for Bad Koala using all those Goth's Dark Age bonuses. Leader to the Feudal Age, but was able to apply a ton of pressure with the militia. 100 imp skirms against an AI TC. I guess that might do it. GG. And Bad Koala substituting for iBUYPOWER. Then goes up 2-1. And we'll have both of his home maps as the remaining maps. As the Inca lose to the Goths. Goths picked much later. Did not see strong Inca Vills. Well, you need to get to the Castle Age for those upgrades now. Not going to see that in the Feudal Age. Okay, and immediately they already are going on migration. I think Bad Koala did his own draft, Elsie River. Why doesn't Dennis get an admin win? I don't know. I'll have to ask the admins. Yeah, they wanted the games played, so they found someone to play. I think they care more about running games than they do about having a super duper competitive set. This is kind of a, I guess, a warm-up before the Ling Cup, as the qualifiers for that are going to start next weekend. Or next week, I guess. Next week, early next week, and then they'll run into the weekend. And here we are on migration. We'll have Bad Koala to the northwest as the blue Japanese, and Dennis to the southeast as the red Bengalis. Goths win feudal? Ah, it's just lots of men-at-arms, right? Likely more competitive than Dennis versus next round opponent. I mean, next round is you pudding. I think Dennis you pudding would be plenty competitive. You have seen Skirms destroy a TC before. I've seen scouts do it. That takes a lot of feudal scouts. So, Japanese fishing ships, of course, amazing for migration. Don't have any backwater here. And we'll have the Bengalis with really good monks. Same with the Japanese, great monk tech tree for them. And in terms of heresy, neither civ does get heresy, so we could see a long monk war. Japanese will have fully upgraded skirms in case it goes imp. We know how important they are on this map. Same thing for the Bengalis, though, just missing thumb ring. And then neither civ has bombard cannons, although catapulto tribs could be useful for the Japanese. Late game on water, Japanese, the only thing they miss is heavy demo. We'll have shipwright and careening dry dock. Fast fire, galleon bracer. Bengalis, same thing for them, just missing heavy demo, and they have the healing ships, so maybe a slightly better late game on them for the water. Did the Saracens bonus apply to skirms? I didn't think it did. Bad Koala drafted the civs he liked. Okay, that's how you pick someone. Oh, we have lag again. He said kale again. I can translate. Or lag. So side dock. Interesting dock position for Dennis. I wonder if that means he's going to try to double dock here and go galleys and go aggressive. In the 1v1 on migration, usually the middle dock is the more defensive one because it's farther from the side where you're sailing around. Although it does maybe put you more at risk for a forward dock. Okay, so the equal sign, I think that's just Bad Koala typing in the sign and seeing how long it takes to appear. Seeing if they fix the lag. Another deer being pushed in. And Vale will head down to the wood line. So, how quick is this uptime going to be? And Dennis. Feels like both players investing pretty heavily into the Dark Age here, passing around 18 vills, which would be where you go up if you want to go for a really fast feudal. And with all the vills sent to wood, looks like it's going to be a fishing game for both of them. So extra vills for the Bengalis. Not sure if that offsets the Japanese fishing ship bonus though. If the Japanese are getting a free fishing eco. Although I guess it always is difficult to pressure the Japanese fish because of how tanky they are. And hello, Yajur. How are you doing? This game you see is with Bengalis. Are you a Bengalis fan? My work restarts next month. You'll miss the chill Twist streams. You're not gonna have students watching the streams during lecture. Hey, have you ever had that, Dux? Someone like watching a T90 stream? I remember I was back when I was doing still a teaching assistant for computer science courses. I once went to the computer lab and I saw people playing the HD edition on the computers. I was very tempted. I had to help students, but there were, every so often there'd be a slow day, like like the day after an assignment was due, and I wouldn't have anyone in my office hours. I'd be tempted to just like open up my laptop and try to snipe those students on the HD edition and try to like play a game against them. Hello, Major Blazer. Student wrote good game but didn't comment on T90 himself. Oh, there's Feudal Age on the way for Koala. And we'll have another dock going up for Koala too. So it looks like it'll be triple docks and probably just FC and... I wonder if you go F-Fires or just galleys here if you're FC. So I was thinking maybe this was set up for double docks, but no, it's just spreading the fish around there for Dennis. I'd probably expect to see a third dock from him with this many fish. Blackmail material so you can blackmail me. So another dock going up for Dennis, finding more fish. But looking at the res collected, maybe a slight lead for Bad Koala. But Dennis overall with the villager count lead. 27 villagers, Loom queued up after Feudal. So Vil, Loom, Vil, interesting. Maybe feeling he doesn't have enough food to fast castle right away. There's an early transport too. So he will be transporting to the middle during this transition. So that means he might stay feudal for an extra Vil or so, do the barracks in the middle and use that as one of his buildings, then try to do the stable after the barracks. Yeah, market at home. Okay, market blacksmith. So if he does, this might just be maybe 4 docks then. So house going up for Dennis. And the scout will move over towards the water buffalo. And, well, there's Loom. Must have canceled the Vil because he's up right away. And we'll see if he can give us a game 5. Scout out on the shallows. And we'll see if Bad Koala notices this. So Dennis is going to go for the forward docks. And the thing that I think is always tricky about forward docks is you're going to get maybe 2 of them. And then it's going to be versus 1, 2, 3 docks. And also what's tricky is if you're scouted. So far he's not scouted. When that transport comes forward, this could be interesting. If we have a Vil fight in the middle, and there we go, he'll see the dock. Dennis probably would need double docks, but more Vils here. More Vils, and I think they've trapped the Vils from Dennis. They've trapped the Vils from Dennis. Dennis can't escape. He needs to bring his transport over and free them maybe, but those Vils are going to have a hard time. They're walled in. 2 Vils simultaneously dying as a fire comes over. 3rd Vil going down. And this looks like Bad Koala might win the game right here if he can get enough Vil kills. Low HP Vil might try to quick wall herself somewhere. A scout's going to block and keep her safe. But that's another Vil going down. Absolute disaster for Dennis. Absolute disaster. The scout's still alive too for Bad Koala. Could pick the low HP Vil. Bad luck or poor scouting? I mean, I think it's more bad luck, but it's just the transport was right there. That could not have gone better for Koala. I mean, it might just be a build order thing, right? Where he wants to get 2 docks up and needs the Vils spread out. I mean, maybe he should have just walled the Vils in from the start and been prepared for it, but that was about as good of a transport as Bad Koala could have hoped for. All that extra Vil lead. that the Bengalis would have had is now gone, 29 to 29, and the Japanese still have their fishing ships, and it will be a forward dock now from Pad Koala as he gets fires around on the outside. Or galley for Dennis. Pad Koala going to decide to snipe fishing ships rather than fight the fires. I think that might have actually been a mistake, actually. Transport on the way. I think if he fights the fire ships there, I guess he doesn't win that because the fire is fuel low. Interesting. Well, we do at least have the monastery up for Dennis. Dennis somehow still has the score lead. Does not have a villager lead, though. And it will be a town center for Dennis as the buffalo moves off. And fire ship fight in the north. Worst ship micro ever. Trust me, I have done worse ship micro myself. You can definitely get worse. But those two fires will be picked off. These tanky Japanese fishing ships will survive. And now more docks around the middle to give more access for those fishing ships for more fish. Always important to do that as the Japanese. Also probably going to see docks on either side of the home island soon as well. So more vills were transported for Dennis. He'll get a TC up in the middle. But all of a sudden now, huge eco difference. Some fishing ships had gone down for Dennis. And now 10 to 7 and 36 to 40 villagers. He's losing more fish. Or a dock there is just so great for picking off fishing ships. Even demolition ships now. Will they go for the fires or for the fish? Oh, that's going to be grouped up on the fires. Beautiful demo. Okay, still like that. Bad Koala does not want to fight the fires. Does not want to fight fire with fire. Just going to run away from the monks. Bring over more of his fires. Oh, demo on the monks, demo on the monks, demo. Won't quite get there. We'll go for the transport, maybe. I think that might be a waste. We'll go for these fires. Well, gets it in the fishing ship. Had an opportunity to go for the monks, but neither player paying attention at just that moment. This dock almost down. More fire ships on the way. At least some of the fish now from Bad Koala have been cleared by Dennis. Dennis down by 3 vills. Fire's coming around. As the fires will take out the transport, and the monk wants a conversion. Mangonel now in the middle. Dennis working on the Mangonel War. The Japanese can do redemption for the monks. Should Bad Koala want to. He just did a Sanctity, and we'll have 3 monks out. They can also do Atonement. And as we looked at earlier, both civs miss, or Japanese miss Heresy. Bengalis do too. So same monk tech tree for both of them. Tankier monks with their armor for Dennis. Looks like on the water he might clear the fish. Might clear the fishing ships. Now Dennis still fighting for his life as the deer is pushed in. Bad Koala still fighting for iBUYPOWER. Res collected, not that different. Only 400 more for Bad Koala. Mangonel blocking the monk's access to the monastery. That's some pathing there. And redemption will be on the way there for Bad Koala. Look more again, hooray. So we're going to use what remains of the HP on the dock for cover, but the dock will go down. And then the fires will go down. So slight lead there for Dennis, especially with the healing. But not as more of Bad Koala's fires come from behind. Take that fire ship out. It does seem like Dennis has given up on water a bit. Oh, Mangonel kills the deer. Poor deer. And converted workshop gets deleted right away? Was that the infamous delete just as getting converted lag bug? Okay, that was interesting. So monks trying to convert the monks there. Double conversions as the Mangonel goes down. Was that a delete from Bad Koala? As Dennis is gonna drop a castle. This game's not over. Dennis will drop a castle. He's Mangoneling with TC. Down still by only about 400 res collected. Maybe he didn't want to convert it back again? I mean, you can still wait until monks start converting then, right? At least you're tying up the monks then. They're converting the workshop for a few moments, and then you delete, they're not forward. So defensive castle, but that's behind the TC. 1-to-1 on relics. Dennis only behind by 2 eco units. That's 6 fishing ships more on the way for Bad Koala. So 66 to 60 vills. Dennis ahead in the villagers now. And if you look at the water, where are those fishing ships? Out on the side here. Now that is a T90 fish trap if I ever saw one. Are we sure it's Bad Koala who's filling in? Are we sure this is Bad Koala? And not a certain American player who's supposed to be on vacation now? Supposed to be on vacation, just so we don't see where he is? Filling in for iBUYPOWER? Anyway, this TC will go down to the Mangonel and to the castle. We'll see if we get a ram push here from Koala, although that will be tricky with the Mangonel's ability to be behind the castle. Hello, T90. There he is. Aren't you supposed to be on vacation? What are you doing here? We got him. We got him. So that War Galley almost able to deny the gold. That's Koala 90 official. So Devotion on the way for Bad Koala, but Imperial Age on the way for Dennis. And Lottie Karodi 5, thank you very much for the sub. Thanks for using your Prime. Have your little minions listening at all times. T90 probably has some AI set up listening to everyone casting AoE 2 for any comments on farms or fish traps. Yeah, this is probably Ducks probably spotted that fish trap like 10 minutes ago, and he was like, "Hey T90, this is a really good game. You should come spectate and watch the cast." As Ducks knew I'd point that out. So castle at home for Dennis. That's going to be defending a monk landing. 1 villager converted, 2 villagers converted, and that's actually really annoying if the castle then needs to clear them. At least Rotha should be able to deal with them. He's going to immediately try to do a tower as the castle goes up, and the monk is going to stand within the murder holes range. And I think, as much as he doesn't have gold right now, maybe sell wood and get Rothas, because the last thing he wants is that tower going up on his wood line. And he's not going to see it, Now he does with the lumber camp. He maybe needs to send Vills to fight, but he's probably not paying attention. Yeah, put towers everywhere, potentially Islama towers. Although it is a Treb war now, and the first Treb goes up, or comes out for Dennis. Will Mangonel down that dock. And once he realizes he has the Treb, he'll start the castle war. I think he's maybe concerned by that tower. Can the tower be walled in? Will Koala realize in time to wall it? No, he won't, and a bunch of Vills will go try to knock it down. But those 2 converted Vills, so annoying. Everywhere or anywhere? Towers everywhere would be what you probably want to say. Meaning you want like a tower on every single wood line. Oh, some fire is coming over though to defend the tower. Water control will pay off for Bad Koala. Even if the tower stays up, the Vills want to kill the other Vills. Koala really should garrison there. Will that Vill die? 2 HP, and he goes down. Alright, so the tower stays up, but at the very least for Dennis, he will have some wood control on his island. A couple of Rothas out. But, more forward Vills taking the gold from Koala. Although in the middle, the Trebs are popping, and it'll be a few Samurai, but not going to be too useful against the monks, as the Trebs take out the castle, and Dennis can continue pushing forward. While I had tried to wall, and he will lose the monastery soon, block printing on the way. And Minganel, how did Minganel get over here? Must have been transported. One Ratha converted. Those monks being really annoying. The transport ship and water control paying off for Koala. Squirrelead is still a lot to do with the water, but we will have fast fire for Dennis. Maybe a chance for him to come back. Ratha will try to take out a Vil there, but it will go down. Another tower there for Koala. He's done such a great job with the landing. And monasteries will go down in the middle. And it's now Treb war time. And the Trebs will go for the castle. A couple of Vils on the mining camps over here. And fast fires. Can Dennis now make a fast fire swap and get back on the water? We'll have chemistry and illumination on the way. And if he can get back on the water, get the water control back, then he can probably reclaim his island. Trying to get more Rathas out. Doesn't quite have enough to fight under the tower just yet. Maybe he can pull, maybe he needs one more. Can pull some Rathas under the castle fire. So Theocracy, monk upgrades on the way, and that's not enough fast fires. Remember, no heavy demo from either of these civs. So he can't just demo his way to water control here. He needs to use the fires. And still doesn't quite have the numbers he'd want. Rathas can maybe hit these Vils. Vils will come over to try to fight off that tower, regain control of this gold too. Tower taking out the Vils. And there's going to be some walls up the middle for Dennis. Dennis working on the Trebs. Is Catapruto in for Koala? No, it is not. And Treb goes down. Treb goes down for Dennis, even with the repair Vils. That, wow, was some lucky Treb hits there for Koala. Dennis is going to try to pack the Treb and run it away. He needs to run it. One hit could one-shot it. Okay, now he's not getting lucky, but that Treb under the fire will get away. There it goes. Some shots hitting the house. So Koala will pack that up. His his castle stays standing. Now it's 62 Vils to 72, but 13 Japanese fishing ships still fishing for Koala. And Cannon Galleon here for Koala on the water. But fast fires. Fast fires for both. That's another attempted tower. Japanese don't have heated shot, which is the one thing that Dennis is going for him. It is still a watchtower, no upgrades on it. Monks though want conversions. Monks trying to get conversions for both sides. Koala has been going for all the monk upgrades so far. So he has all the imp upgrades. No devotion, no imp upgrades on the monks for Dennis. And feeling more and more like Koala has this, as now the castle will go down in the middle from Dennis as the Trebs take it out. And he can fall back, maybe do some more TCs and eco on the middle, but it's time for the Samurai to raid. And remember, the Samurai, they have like a charged Zumi attack now. Maybe we'll see that here, like charge on the Treb. I don't know if they use it against Trebs. Yeah, those landings on the home islands. Even just a couple of monks here and there absolutely devastated him. Now it's time for Samurai. It's time for the Samurais to start raiding.
Hi.
So Fireship will be taking out a War Galley. And, well, Dennis doesn't want to drop out of the tournament just yet. He'll be doing another castle in the back. Bills will come back to try to repair it, or try to finish building it. Trebs are forward, knocking down the TC. And 30 villager lead now for Koala. And there's the GG for Dennis. So Koala, substituting for iBUYPOWER, will allow iBUYPOWER to continue in the next round against iBUYPOWER. That'll be 123 kills to 58 losses. A better eco for Koala. And even with the imp timing difference, that landing, where's the eco difference really come in? Like right there. That's around the timing of the landing during the imp transition. It ruined the final attempt of Dennis to have an advantage there. So, GG, and also thank you to everyone who had got quite a few subs today. Thank you all. That's a 3-1 win for Bad Koala. And he will win Migration. Also, I think Bad Koala probably would have had a good advantage on Nomad too, had that gone to Game 5. So that's what, Japanese over Bengalis. Bengalis the very first pick too for Dennis. Koala would have then had his choice of Japanese or Berbers for Nomad, and probably then just Persians for Nomad. Isn't Bad Koala eliminated? Yes, he was, but he was substituting in for iBUYPOWER. So I guess once more we'll just take a quick look at the bracket. Oh, temporary offline dashboard. No, come back. Okay, we're back. If there are supposed to be sets for this game, for this tournament tomorrow, they're not scheduled yet. And so I'll just take a quick look at the brackets again. So what happened was, Bad Koala was eliminated by Z40, but he now played against Dennis. He substituted for iBUYPOWER. Daniel had beaten iBUYPOWER in the upper bracket, knocking iBUYPOWER to the lower bracket. He, I guess, was unavailable today, so he was substituted for by Bad Koala, who won against Dennis, and now next, the round 3 of the lower bracket will be Bad Koala against iBUYPOWER. And maybe that's the set we'll have tomorrow, Ming Z40 and Bad Koala iBUYPOWER. I'll see if I have time to cast that tomorrow. And then on the upper bracket, we'll have Sorokuma Daniel and Xuanlu and Lix. So Xuanlu having a very nice run, taking out both Dennis and Z40 in 5-game sets. So not a player I'd really seen much of before, but now he'll be tested against Lix. Yeah, so iBUYPOWER will come back. He will be against iBUYPOWER in the next round. As of nope, he's only a temporary sub. He's a temporary sub. Well, at least that's what chat told me earlier. I've not actually seen that, and it's probably written in a group chat in Chinese somewhere. So, that'll be it for me for today. Thank you all for watching. I think Daniela is supposed to have an announcement, so I'll give a raid to Daniela on Twitch. We'll end stuff on YouTube first. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, Turs had access to that piece of info. I'll trust Turs. Ducks spamming my child model emote. So thank you all for watching, and